It was horrible. Honestly, like, this is gonna sound so dramatic, but one of the worst days of my life. Like, it was so horrible.
Welcome to Snatch, Gay Times' original series, where each week we speak with the eliminated queen of Drag Race UK versus the world. This week it's Gothy Kendoll. Gothy, how are you?
Well, I've just been eliminated, so not that good.
You took it so well, though. There was some acceptance there, right?
I think I was living on borrowed time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, congratulations to making it to five episodes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know me. That is kind of crazy.
as the UK's pork chop, I mean, how does it feel to have got 5 episodes to show your growth?
It was nice. Yeah, I think the first time I was there, I didn't really get to like show myself at all. Even like the way I actually am just out of drag. Like I just feel like I just was not myself. So it was nice to come in this time and just like watching it back and just fully myself. Like just I don't know how to describe it. Like yeah, there's just no walls this time. Like I know like I have this like confidence issue, whatever, but that is just me. That's just the way I am, like quietly confident. And I think on Drag Race you always have to be at 100, but I'm just not that kind of person. So yeah, I'm just happy that I went there and just showed who I actually was this time.
You just had a good time. You were just having fun.
To make a bit of money. No, I'm joking. No, honestly, like I never thought I would get the experience again. So to be able to like be invited back on a platform with some of the best drag queens in the entire world was like just crazy. So obviously I'm gonna have a good time.
And although you left this episode, you were so much fun to watch. I mean, like the judges said, it was so refreshing to see a queen mess up and just be very like,
Yeah, there's just nothing you could do in that sort of situation. And I think like, I just knew it wasn't my strong suit straight off the bat, like a live singing musical. I couldn't think of anything less me. So I think like as soon as you got the challenge, I was like, right, you just gotta like enjoy it. You're not gonna get this experience again, or you might not get this experience again. So just enjoy it, embrace it. Like there's gonna be mistakes, but that's kind of where the TV magic's made. Do you know what I mean? And I know that we're there to make a TV show, so yeah.
do you think you would have fared better with the likes of, season 16, where it's a very design runway heavy season?
Well, I don't know. I thought that until I watched the ball, and I was like, oh, maybe not.
You got negative critiques this episode, but they were the most positive, happy critiques anyone could get. I mean, RuPaul said he enjoyed it for all the wrong reasons, and even was like, we're all rooting for you. So what was that like to get it like that?
I think that is the magic of drag. Do you know what I mean? It's meant to be, you're meant to find the joy in it. It's meant to be like joyous to watch. And even though I'm not doing everything perfect, that doesn't matter. Like we're all there to like just have fun and like realize that drag is just stupid. And I was definitely that episode, like just stupid. So I'm glad that they weren't offended by it. I think I was a little bit nervous going into the challenge that they'd be a bit like, I don't know, not offended, that's not the right word, but annoyed that I like can't do it because I don't want them to think that I'm wasting the opportunity. But I'm glad that they like saw the humor in it. Do you know what I mean?
Was it a case of, as well trying to be self-aware? Were you kind of trying to be like, look, I know I'm not doing as well as I could. Were you trying to avoid being the Roxy Andrews All Stars 2 situation? Is that what, were you trying to get ahead of it and be like, I'm aware?
No, I think it was on Snatch Game. I had such a horrible time. Like I really didn't enjoy that episode. And I remember like once I was saved by a tear, I was like, God, like this is such a fun experience, and you can't have days where like you don't enjoy it. Like even if you are in your own head, just like smile through it. Do you know what I mean? And I think that going into that episode, I was like, no, I'm not going to be very good, but I will be so annoyed if I like really get defeated and like don't enjoy it. So yeah, well, just just got to take it on the chin and realize you're probably not going to be good at it, but just like have a laugh with it.
How did the walkthrough with RuPaul before Snatch Game affect you that episode? Because it was stressful as a viewer, but on one hand, it was like, we get why RuPaul did it because this is what Snatch Game's like. But on the other hand, it was like, oh.
Yeah, it was so horrible, especially because I don't know if I'd say this, but we'd actually finished the walkthrough, and then the producer came over and said, "Ask him about Ozzy Osbourne," and then it started then. So I was like, oh, "We just had like a really nice walkthrough, and now you're doing this to me." Yeah, it was horrible. Honestly, like this is gonna sound so dramatic, but one of the worst days of my life. Like it was so horrible. It really was. I think some people really thrive from tough love, and I definitely don't. Like it was it was such a horrible, especially when everyone's watching as well. And I was like, oh, please make this stop. Um, So yeah, it just set me up to fail for sure. But I also set myself up to fail because I got in my own head. Like it's definitely not all RuPaul's fault because I think he was trying to like get me out of my comfort zone to like psych me up for Snatch Game, but it was just not going to work that day. And then I remember I thought I was going home that day, so I said to the girls, I was like, "Can we get a Nando's tonight? Because I think you're going home, and I would like to like have a Nando's with you all." So we all got one, and everyone's arrived apart from mine. I was like, "Fuck this! I'm having the worst day of my life." I had to go into the toilet and have a little cry.
That was the universe just being cruel to you. Like you couldn't have had a worse day, and then they forgot your fried chicken.
Yeah, Mercury was definitely in retrograde that day.
Well, if there's any consolation, even though you know your Kim Woodburn did lack the kind of menacing nature of Kim, but you still made me laugh with your breathy vocals and the way you were smiling the entire time. It got me. It got me.
I couldn't even watch it. I had the TV on and I had it on mute just so that I could say that I've watched it. But I literally like that episode for me is like cursed. It was worse than like the first episode of series 1 for me. Like I hated it.
Has Kim Woodburn said anything? Has she made her voice known on the matter?
No, I don't. Something tells me she's not really clued up on everything.
I mean, I understand why you weren't fighting this week in a sense, but last week it felt like you didn't have as much hunger to stay as Keita. Why was that? Because I was like, Gothy, come on, plead your case, please.
Yeah, I think because but the journey had been like I was in the bottom on episode 1, even though I shouldn't have been bottom 1, and then I was safe, and then I was like in the top 3, and then I would like crash back down. I think that's what it was. It was like that. Oh, I did so well last week, and I did so shit this week, and it was just annoying, especially like after the walkthrough and everything. I just had such a horrible day. Like I really didn't have a nice time with it. So yeah, I was definitely a little bit defeated, but I think as soon as Tia saved me, I absolutely shook it off, and I just thought, you know, let's just enjoy it. Do you know what I mean?
Outside of the show, what was it like seeing kind of online reaction to the whole you being saved over Keita? Because these fans are just
arseholes. I don't really. I have all my Twitter notifications turned off. I have everything on Instagram turned off, so I don't ever look at anything. I don't want to know what people's opinions are because I don't really like. I don't really care too much. Like obviously I do care because I want to know the way that I'm coming across, but I think the fact that I am so fully myself this season, I really don't want to see people's opinions of me because they're going to be more personal this time. So yeah, I don't really care what their opinions are if I'm fully honest. I just like stay away from it all. Obviously, Twitter could be like a breeding ground of just negative comments. So I think to have all your mentions turned off, make sure you don't see anything that anyone posts. Yeah, I just don't look at it.
it's just unhinged, Gothy. Like, why would you send hate to a queen who got to stay? Like,
it's so funny. Honestly, I love how like they just suck the like fun out of Drag Race. It's so funny to me. But in like the best, like good for them. Like you go for it, you fucking losers.
But the thing is, you show so much growth this season. I mean, your looks, we got to see your personality. You were just really fun to watch. And if I have to say, you are probably one of the most relatable on there.
Oh, thank you so much. I think, yeah, I don't know. I definitely like wear my heart on my sleeve, but I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think a lot of people go in there with like a game face and like want to really prove that they're the best. But I think me going in there sort of knowing that I wasn't that. It was more just like, oh, just like live the truth. Do you know what I mean? Just have fun and like, you know, don't be afraid to be like, oh, I'm nervous about this or whatever, because that is like, it's just real life for me. Like, I'm not going to put an act on because that's just not me at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad that people find me relatable. That's actually really nice to hear.
Yeah, and like you said, it's important to kind of show that not all drag queens are yes, mama, sickening, boots, house down.
Yeah, and I'm kind of getting annoyed at the critiques for saying that I wasn't like that because I was like, well, so why ask me here then? Because you know that I'm not that sort of drag queen at all. My name is literally Gothy. I'm obviously going to be some miserable goth. Do you know what I mean? Like, what do you expect? So I was getting a little bit frustrated with the critiques that were like, oh, we don't feel like you're on 100 or like charisma 2 when Michelle said that. Oh my God, like actually hilarious. But I am charismatic, but just in my own way. I don't think I need to be like, you know, yeah, like gross.
Again, it's a TV show. We see an hour of, I don't know how long you film, but we see the tiniest bit, bit.
And you literally see like none of it, which is crazy, especially watching it back because like obviously I didn't get that experience before, but I was like, God, they missed out so much that happened.
Was there anything that didn't make the edit that you would have liked to have seen?
No, not that I can think of. I think that they're pretty like spot on with the edits. They really do give everyone like a real true storyline. So yeah, but it's more like the ball episode. A lot of that doesn't get filmed because obviously the cameras go down. Then we have like 9 hours where we're in the workroom sewing, and we have like music on blaring, we're all like dancing around, and it's so much fun. And I think that the fans actually really enjoy watching that because it's like the real side of Drag Race, if that makes sense. I just remember like thinking, God, they really didn't put anything of the ball in because we were all screaming, running around that workroom trying to sew a fucking dress together.
I'd like to see that. Right now, how do you feel, where are you on your drag journey right now?
Honestly, I just want to carry on what I was doing like pre this season, like carry on with like the music. And season one opened so many doors that I didn't expect. And I think to have expectations of what this season will bring is a mistake because you never know. And if you put expectations on it, you could be disappointed. So I just want to see like where it keeps going and naturally evolving. Um, but yeah, like I feel like I'm like developing every single day. I think I get better and better every single day. So
If fans come to see you on tour, can they expect a little bit of fire breathing? Is
yeah,
that going to happen?
I hope so. Well, we've got this drag race tour, and I'm being like, come on, can I do fire, please? They're like O2 venues, so they should like let pyro, like they should let me do pyrotechnics. So fingers crossed they'll do a bit of fire. But obviously, like I'm a DJ, do you know what I mean? I think that's why I don't really like my drag doesn't really suit a drag race context that much because I literally don't perform. I remember someone commented on when we posted the talent shows. Oh, my cat's coming in now. It's going to be really annoying. All right, mate, come up here.
He can make it. That's fine. Yeah, I want to see the cat. Oh, what's his name?
His name's Lucifer because he's literally the devil.
He's gorgeous.
Someone commented on the talent show. They were like, "I wonder if she's actually ever performed before." I was like, "No, I've not." All right, I'm a DJ. Like, I actually think I gave a pretty fucking cool performance on the first episode. Like, no one's ever done fire before, and I think it's such a spectacle. Like, I was actually really proud of that episode. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to take that on tour, but expect me to be DJing most of the time.
I mean, I don't like that whole critique and, criticism over queens not performing because as we've seen over the years now, drag is more than performing is obviously a great big part of it, but it's so diverse and a queen can do whatever the fuck she wants to do.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I do understand with like fans saying, "Oh, she's not a performer," because I think in a drag race context, you do sort of need to be a performer, like you actually do. And I'm definitely not. But like the biggest drag queens in the country right now, like Jodie Harsh, I don't think she ever performs. I think she's like just like mostly a DJ, isn't she? Like, and she's built a whole career off of that. And there's other queens to follow the example of that, not just lip syncers and performers. I think that's quite an American sort of side of it. And it is an American version, a UK version of an American show. So I do understand, but drag just isn't limited to that.
Would you ever? I know I'm saying this so early, but would you ever go back? Number 3, would you do it?
Yeah, I would. I'd never say no. Like honestly, it's such a fun experience, and you really learn a lot about yourself whilst you're there and your drag. So I really appreciate the opportunity to do challenges and see how like my drag fits into that sort of context. But I don't know if I'd be any better. I think my runways might be a little bit better, but honestly, in terms of performance, I think I would probably be a little bit worse.
Well, I mean, you went from 10th place to 7th. Let's manifest a top 3-4 position. All right. Yeah, you're on a trajectory.
Exactly. I'm on a slow incline, and that would be nice. I think a UK All Stars would be amazing. Not saying that I should be on it, but there's so many drag queens in the UK that have like, I don't think would fit the versus the world context, but would fit an All Stars context. So I really hope that they do pull one out the bag soon because there's so many queens I want to see back. So many.
Or even a first out season. We need our first out season.
That would be so hilarious. Yeah, but who's gonna like? I want to be first out on that season. Do you know what I mean? And I think we're all going to be gunning to go home first again. Honestly,
that would be iconic. That would be iconic.
It would be fair. I'm trying to think of like what pork chops I would want to be competing with though. Tempest du jour. I think she's so funny.
Love her. Kelly Mantle. Love Kelly Mantle.
Absolutely. Magnolia Crawford, if she still does drag.
She does actually.
No, I don't think she does either. No. Thank God.
It'll happen. I mean, we went from an all-winner season, which we never thought was going to happen. Now it's time for the first.
Yeah, I think so. They probably won't get very many viewers, but you know, there we go.
I'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. That's fine.
Besides DJing and drag, you know, what's next for you? What can we expect from your post Drag Race UK versus World career?
God, I honestly don't know. It's like I said earlier, like I don't want to put an expectation on things I want to do because I will be disappointed if it doesn't go the way that I want to. But I just want things to like releasing music. I never thought that I would do that, and then I've done it, and I've got millions of streams. So, you know, not. So yeah, I think it's just like a natural evolution, hopefully, and hopefully this opens more doors, and I can do more fun and exciting things, and hopefully travel still, and you know, just carry on with all the magic that's happened since season 1.
I was spinning out for just a moment then, because when you adjusted that pillow, I thought it was another animal.
Could you imagine? Yeah, I'm just lying on another cat.
Lucifer has turned black.
One day Lucifer will be a pillow.
Oh God, Peter are going to come for us. They're going to come for us.
I don't. RSPCA are called. Add them to the Zoom.
Thank you so much for speaking with me, Gothy. I'm going to miss your runway walk. I'm going to miss seeing it.
I honestly, like, I love people coming for the walk, because there's that, was it a Balenciaga runway where there's like one and they're really like furiously walking down the runway? Maybe I modelled my walk off that. Do you know what I mean? Leave me alone.
Don't change. I love it. It's a staple Gothy.
It definitely is.
Don't change.
It definitely is. Rigid down the runway. Story of my life.